All right, guys, it is Spoot from Fort Misery Gaming. We're going to be talking about the collection aspect of Genshin Impact. I found a online utility that I think is going to be useful for pretty much everybody. I'm still going to show it off in-game first, just because there are different methods. So obviously everybody wants to know where the Seelie Spirits, Animoculuses, and Geoculuses are. Those are all very, very important to have. They're the fastest way for leveling up. Especially once you get to adventure rank 22 up, it's kind of a grind unless you're just going and grabbing chests for several hours a day, which I don't really recommend unless you're really enjoying it and putting that kind of time in. I know everybody has their own sort of time. So here's what we're going to do. So there is a Geoculus was here. I marked it on the map. It is slightly under this particular little swell. You can make pins by hitting B on the map, and then you can put things on and off. This is a good way of keeping track of things, especially if you know you have gathered them. These are important as you will need 65 to 70 Animoculuses, and I think there's over 100 Geoculuses. I can confirm that number in a second. So this is a pretty big map. Like, everybody is well aware that outside of fast traveling, it takes a significant amount of time to actually run through here. So all of these things are important. So I'm going to show you something that is going to blow your mind. Look at this bad boy. So it's 65 Animoculuses and it's 131 Geoculuses. You only need 130 to max out the statue. That's because people are surmising that it may require one more later. So, you can log in this with a Google account. You can click on your, which ones are there. If you click on them, people have put like links in here. So if there's a guide or one of these is particularly difficult to figure out, they have ways of, updating it. So it's sort of like a mini map wiki. People are being pretty good about updating these things and telling everybody where they are. So that is, it's pretty impressive, if I'm being honest with you. It's an interesting thing. The markers are as you would expect. You can mark Geoculuses, Animoculuses, teleporters, Statue of the Nine, world quests. These aren't marked as what quest they are. They are purely marked as world quest. So anything that's been unlocked or rotated through the game thus far, you can kind of figure out where it is and go get some experience. It also has like the shrines. They have farming routes built in, so if you are looking to farm certain artifacts or find them, there are 17 of them total. I believe most of them are in the northern part of Liyue, or Liyue in general. They also have monster farming camps, so if you're looking for like the fastest way to just grind out materials, they have routes you can take to do that. You can also sort by chests, which is really important if you're looking for high value ones, because those are going to be the ones you need more often than not. But you can, sort through pretty much everything. They also have time clear challenges. So if you're curious where those are, you can find them. And then they have all the Seelie ghosts. So if one of them is attached to anything, you can find it. They also have the minerals. They have the living creatures that you need. And they have all the plants. So if you're still hunting down specific ingredients or weapon upgrade things, they usually have them. For example, I didn't know where the house hanging mushrooms were, but this one tells me they're in a handful of places, and not many outside of Mondstadt, which is kind of crazy. So this is definitely something that I would recommend keeping an eye on. This map has been invaluable for me so far. I haven't been keeping up as much of it, but you can mark as not found, you can mark as found. So like, I know for a fact I have these two. So I mark as found, and they go out of highlight. The same thing happens for teleporters, for Geoculus. Actually, I don't know if it happens for teleporters. Yeah, so everything but the Geoculuses just tells you what it is and sort of its number. So like statue of 7, and then the teleporter just says, teleporter. Keep an eye on this particular one. I'm going to leave a link in the video, in the description, so you guys can sort of keep an eye on it. We do have patch 1.1 coming out pretty soon. We don't know 100% what's in it other than the new characters, which I'll be going over some art speculation. I'm not really going to be speaking much to the changes in the gacha since none of that is absolutely confirmed. I will mention it, but I am not going to go into detail because I do not like that kind of speculation. Like, I try not to have a comment on that stuff until we know. Because, man, baseless speculation is just rough. Like, I know that's how you get YouTube views, but I'm not doing it. Like, I don't like being that wrong that often. Because if you remember the Grand Cross community, Escanor was coming for 3 months. Every Tuesday, Escanor was coming. And I am not a huge fan of that kind of, like, baseless hype. Not saying, like, if that's how you want to do your channel, that's you. I'm not judging you. I'm not going to do it. Like, this isn't, like, I'm not bringing judgment upon people that do it. That's not the way I want to run my shit. So, like, friendly handshake, pat on the butt, go get him, Tiger. So, all in all, this is an insanely useful resource to have. It was updated pretty rapidly on release. There were originally a couple missing, but it seems like they have pretty much filled everything out since then. They are expanding it to other things too, because like the farming routes weren't in there a couple of days ago. So keep an eye on this one. I actually really like this utility. Feel free to donate to them. I've already shot them $5, and if any of you feel particularly useful, it's expensive to run these things. So like, be cognizant of these costs, because if this thing suddenly disappears, then, one, this video is completely useless, and two, we have lost a very useful tool. So, all right, that's it for Spoot. This is the first of a couple of informational Genshin videos that I'm going to have out in the next couple of days. Tomorrow will be a hero tier, just a general coverage. I can't really speak to heroes I don't have, but I can at least show off some Diluc. So, or Diluc. So we'll do that. So you guys have a good one. Tell us how your grinding's going. Are you finding everything? Is this going to be helpful to you? Tell us how helpful it is to you. And most importantly, don't get miserable.